Hello friends, welcome back to the Craft Castle. It is my son's 11th birthday and I'm actually kind of sad. He is no longer two hands. I have to do this because he is now 11. Oh my goodness. I just don't like that my kids have to grow up. I mean, I'm okay with aging, but my kids, come on now. Okay, so today I'm working on his cake topper stuff. Yes, it is my son's birthday and I am on the day working on his cake topper because I actually have it made. Like, we have a number 11, it hopefully you can tell, but it's a Call of Duty theme. And the problem here is that for his cake, I made these like wooden, they're supposed to be dog tags, like wooden dog tags, and I like can't stand them. I don't think that they look all that great. Do you think that they look good? I personally just don't think that they look amazing. And I feel like I can make it better, maybe. I don't know. I've never even tried this. I saw someone that did it, but they had an embossing tool for their Cricut and I don't have that. So I think I'm gonna try something else and hopefully it works. And I'm gonna take you on the process because, like, if it does work, this is going to be real good. Okay, so I am just gonna go into Cricut Design Space. This is what Cricut Design Space looks like. I'm in the beta version. I like the beta version more because it just has a lot less hiccups to it, if you will. Okay, I am just gonna open up a blank window in Design Space. So that means these hamburger buttons right here. And then I'm gonna go to Canvas. So I got a blank canvas. Okay, the very first thing I want is this like oblong shape. So I'm gonna go into shapes and this one right here. Okay, and when I blow this up, this does not look like this. You know, this just kind of looks a little bit more like a jelly bean, where this looks like a dog tag. So let's do a square. Just gonna do just a regular old square, and I'm gonna chop off one of these ends right here. Let me Command D, which is duplicate, and I'm just gonna take that square and move that over. And I'm gonna chop this one. So I'm gonna select my oval, that like weird jelly bean looking thing, plus that one square. And then I'm gonna go down here and press slice. So we have one little shape that looks good. I am just gonna delete everything else. Now that one square that I had, I'm going to drag that over here. Okay, and I'm just going to make this into a rectangle. So I'm going to unlock it up here, and we're just going to make this into a rectangle. Then I'm going to drag this over, and I'm going to do, so the height for this is 3.42. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to click over onto that now like half circle, and I'm just going to copy the height and paste in that one number that I had and just press enter. Okay, and I feel like if I join these two together, this is going to look like, let me see, we're gonna do, let's uncheck that and let's just make this like, ooh, yes, look at that. Just like changing the way that the half circle looks like, it looks like it's more smushed, and that's kind of like what a dog tag looks like. I think this is gonna work. Okay, so I need the other side, so I now have the one side that I want. I'm gonna Command D, which is duplicate, and then I'm gonna come up here to flip and flip horizontal. Okay, then we're gonna come drag this down, and then I'm gonna select everything, align it vertically. Okay, and this seems to be a very long dog tag. I feel like the ends look the way it's supposed to, but like this is like a very weird shaped dog tag. So I'm just gonna make my rectangle smaller. Drag over that thing. Needs to be a little bit smaller, I think. Okay, do you think that looks good? I think that looks good. It looks like a decent size dog tag. Okay, so now that it's like a little bit cockeyed right here, I'm just gonna align it vertically again. Looks like everything is connecting when we're getting ready to weld this all three together. So you want to make sure that all of this stuff is connected. If we select all three of these and press combined and then weld, oh, do you see how we still have this one line right here and this line is gone? That's because we didn't really have like a good connection between those two pieces. So I'm going to Command Z, which is undo. Now I'm going to take this one and I'm just going to use my little keyboard and just slide it over a little bit. Now I'm going to select everything, go down to combined, and then weld. Okay, so there's no more lines right here, which is fine. Okay, I'm gonna change this over to light gray. So for this project, I'm gonna be actually using my Cardstock Warehouse's Silver Mirror cardstock. The original ones that I made are out of wood and I just engraved it. It's a long process, but I think what I'm going to need is to use the Silver Mirror cardstock. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, now that I have that, I am gonna need that like little hole that's right here. But first, before I do that, I want to resize my dog tag. So I have this at 2 inches and I think it's kind of small. So this one's, I'm gonna make them 2.5 inches. So I'm gonna make it 2.5 inches wide. And then I'm going to insert a shape. We're just gonna do a circle. For the size of the circle, I want it to be 0.2 inches. So I'm gonna do 0.2. Oop, yep. And then I'm just gonna take both of these, that like my new dog tag and that circle, and I'm gonna align it vertically. And I'm gonna need this to go like way to the outside, really close to the outside. Just like that. Okay, now I'm gonna select both of these and press slice. There is my dog tag, look at that. So I'm going to select both of these circles. I don't need them anymore. I'm just going to delete them. Okay, I'm gonna make this bigger now, just for the time being. Okay, so let's go look and see what a real dog tag looks like, because I am someone that kind of really likes making things look the way they're supposed to. So this dog tag has like a little bit of a lip right here, right? So I'm gonna take this dog tag that I have and I'm gonna do an offset. And instead of doing an offset, I'm just gonna drag this in and I'm gonna go in. Okay, then I'm gonna press apply. So this right here is going to be the inside portion of that. My thought, I think this is going to work. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so I am gonna keep that the way it is. Now, going back over in here, you can see that we have some raised areas, which this is where like the debossing comes in. Okay, so the difference between deboss and emboss. I want to deboss. This is what a traditional army dog tag looks like, where the lettering is raised up, versus if you were to do an embossing over here, you see how these ones are like pushed in? So that's a traditional embossing. I'm gonna want to do something like this. Now, Cricut, if you have a new Cricut maker, I don't even know if they do this for the Explorer Airs, but for sure for the Cricut makers, they have a debossing tool. You could use that and you wouldn't have to do it my way. But because I A, don't have a Cricut maker that works, and B, I don't have the debossing tool, I'm gonna have to do it my way. So see how this is raised? That's what I want. So I'm going to now put in my text. And for one of them, I'm gonna do my son's date of birth. So date of birth. Okay, I'm gonna make this big and fill this up in here. Let me change this over to a pink so we can see what we're doing. And now I'm just gonna choose my font. Okay, so I'm gonna do the Courier. I think that's a really good, like, what kind of looks like a the font that they use for dog tags. Okay, I'm just gonna put this in here. Now I want another dog tag that has his name. So I'm gonna select everything and Command D, which is duplicate, so I get a whole nother one. And I'm gonna bring this down. And this, I'm gonna do his name. Okay, and I'm gonna make this one bigger so it fills up his dog tag really well. Okay, now selecting just the top 3 things, I'm gonna align this vertically. Okay, doing the same with this on the bottom. I'm gonna select everything and align it vertically. Okay, so going back over in the top, I'm gonna take what I have here, what's written, and I'm gonna press shift on my keyboard and that black, and I'm gonna come down here and press slice. Now I'm going to delete this, and then also it's hidden, but it's right here. I'm gonna delete that. And then I'm also going to go down in the bottom and I'm gonna select his name, shift on my keyboard and that black piece, and press slice again. So I have this, and then we're gonna take this and remove that as well. Okay, this is what your design should look like if this works. We have no idea. Okay, so now all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna resize this back down to what it was that I want my finished product to be. So I'm gonna do 2.5 inches and doing this one and do 2.5 inches. Okay, so now I'm going to take the top black pieces. I'm going to drag this over, and now I want to flip these horizontal. And then what I'm going to do is do operation and then print, then cut. Okay, I'm ready to cut. Is this going to work? I don't know. We're going to go to make it. Okay, so I am going to need a print then cut sheet. So this is going to be print then cut in black, and then I'm also going to need a sheet of the silver mirror cardstock that's from my cardstock warehouse. So I'm just going to go into continue, and then I'm going to send to my printer. Okay, my printer is already hooked up, or I'm sorry, my Cricut is already hooked up. So I'm just going to move down to my silver mirror for right now, because I'm going to do that first since we're waiting for the other thing to print. I'm going to insert it into my machine. My machine likes it on the cardstock plus, and then I'm going to press the fast mode because ain't nobody got time for some slow cutting. Okay, so I'm just going to eject this, take that off. Okay, we got our dog tags right here. Now it printed really weird, like all black. That's okay. I'm just going to put this on there, insert it into my machine. Okay, this is just plain cardstock, so I'm going to go up to the cardstock 80 pound and then press go. Okay, so let's eject this. I'm hoping this works. We shall see. Okay, I am just going to take off, let's do his date of birth one first. Okay, so I have this it's like a thick piece of foam. I got it off of Amazon, and it's just to roll flowers with, but I feel like it will do the same thing that I want it to do. Okay, so I'm going to turn my silver over, and then I'm going to put this on top of my silver. And I'm going to be using my, the foam mat. Then I have my scoring tool that comes off the Cricut, and I'm just going to try and push this down. Will it work? I don't know. But I'm going to use just the white as my guide where I should put my scoring tool. Okay, let's turn this around and see what it looks like. Oh, look it's kind of curled up just a little bit. It kind of looks like an actual dog tag. Okay. See, I think my idea is going to work. I'm just going to do a little bit more. Okay, now for the inside, I'm going to take my scoring tool and I'm just going to put just on the outside of. Okay, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so now if I flip this over, I need to press a little bit harder, but can you see that it's raising just a little bit? Okay. So now with it not on there, I'm just going to go back in and press harder. Okay, what do we got? I mean, it looks all right. It's definitely doable, but I don't think this is what I'm looking for. So I wouldn't necessarily say that this is a crafting fail, because I mean, it obviously is working, but I think I like the wood one better. I think I like the wood one better than the cardstock one. Okay, so what should I do? What should I do differently? What should I try? Because I mean, clearly this is not cute. Okay, let me know in the comments of this video, because I do need some help figuring out what to make to do this better. All right, y'all, I sure hope that it inspired you to at least try and create something new. And let me know in the comments what I should do differently, and I will see you later.